I'm Steve Odom with Gelato. Gelato is an online dating site that uses what you're doing at Facebook, Twitter, Flickr, Netflix, Hulu, imports all of that, builds your profile. What's cool about that is that it's a lot easier to create a profile, and two, it's much more authentic. It's what you're actually doing. So instead of writing about how great you are, here you can import, here's my Twitter, here's my Flickr photos, here's what I've watched at Netflix. And the example that I use is, so instead of writing about your favorite movies, you can write about your favorite movies, but then you can show what you've rented at Netflix most recently. And so what that does is tell someone who may be interested in you, it's a more authentic view of what kind of movies you like. So
it's more about like what you do on social networks and having that stuff pull into your profile as opposed to creating whatever persona about yourself you want to create.
Yeah, and that's it. Because one of the big problems with online dating sites is that a lot of people fib. A lot of people don't tell the truth. But here, it's what you're doing on Twitter, Flickr, Netflix. The other cool thing is that it's real time. And so I can do a search on Gelato that says, show me women 30 to 40, non-smoker, politically liberal, that's mentioned Austin Tech Happy Hour. And so I can see, has anyone mentioned Austin Tech Happy Hour, High Tech Happy Hour? Then I can view their profile, and if they're there, maybe I can see them or communicate with them and see really what they're about and whether I'm interested in dating them.
Yeah, so, it seems to me that for men, having context to kind of be an icebreaker would be a valuable thing. And then for women, and I'm generalizing here, I guess, but for women, knowing that somebody is legitimately what they say they are is a big
That's
part
right,
of the
yeah.
value prop.
The big thing for women on dating sites is safety. They've all gone out on dates where the guys, a lot of married guys say they're single on dating sites and they'll go out. And so on Gelato, number one, by pulling in this stuff that's authentic, real stuff, what you're actually doing, that helps. It's hard to be fake on Gelato. The second thing is we've created a scoring system called the Scoop scoring system Scoop stands for Social Confidence of Online Profile. And so that you get points. So if you add your Facebook account and you have more than 25 friends on Facebook, you get 25 points. If your relationship status on Facebook matches your relationship status on Gelato, you get 25 points. You can also invite your friends, your Twitter friends, and your Facebook friends to validate your profile. You send out a tweet, hey, this is my profile on Gelato. Can you validate this is really me? And so your friends can come, and you get points for every time a friend validates. So using what you're doing on these social networks, using your social graph, we can give a pretty good likelihood of how valid, how real that profile is.
Yeah.
And so couple that with seeing your tweets and your Flickr photos, you really get a true sense of what someone is about and you feel safer. So you
build up some capital within the application by virtue of exposing more information about yourself, and that's very good. It's very clever.
Yeah.
And the Scoop thing is very clever too.
Yeah, social confidence of online profile.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about the bootstrapping process. I mean, I guess when we first met about a year ago, you were just getting started back over in Conjuncture.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about how the last year has gone and kind of where you are with the business.
Yeah. I started about a year ago. It took me 4 or 5 months to build the initial iteration. Took that, started showing it to friends, sitting down with people as they used it, and really particularly women. That was the surprise. The safety piece was what I had not considered much. And so through that, talking with people, lots of iterations, that's where we really came up with the Scoop scoring system. So a lot of iterations over that time. Got to a point where a month ago, was ready. We launched at the demo conference in San Diego. Got lots of publicity. New York Times, Read Write Web, lots of other press. People, lots of traffic. People using the site. They seem to really like it. yeah, lots of messages going back and forth, tweets going out about it. It's very positive. And so now where we are, now that we have traffic, is understanding what people are doing on the site, how to convert them. We're developing metrics, understanding what's going on the site so we can try to maximize the actions that we want people to take and understand that process, make them really happy. And so that's where we are now, just understanding what people are doing on the site and making it easier to use.
And tweaking it, yeah.
Tweaking it,
getting
yeah.
your numbers
Lots of
up.
iterations.
Very cool. Well, so how many people are in your company now?
It's still just one. It's still me.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the great thing about startups these days. It doesn't take a big team. It is challenging. I've had lots of help. That's one of the great things about the Austin community is lots of help. You mentioned Conjuncture, working there, getting ideas and help from those guys there. Josh Dilworth and Royal Frazier at Dilworth Jones, lots of help on the PR side. The Austin Ruby on Rails group, help there, brainstorming. So Austin's just a really great place to do a startup because there are a lot of people. It's a very friendly community, bootstrapping-oriented community. We're all helping each other. So it's just me, but I've had lots of help from the community. And
well, that, it used to be something to apologize for, right? But now with the capital efficient model being so popular and the fact that, you've achieved a ton just by yourself. It's a much more efficient business and it's poised for growth without a lot of inefficiency, right?
Yeah. That's the great thing. So one of the things about not raising money is that I sort of was able to be patient, talk to a lot of people, not be pigeonholed down a certain path or put a lot of money in an investment in a big product. I was able to just iterate, listen, iterate some more, and that really's gotten me to this product that I think is a great product people really like. And it's, being one person has given me a lot of flexibility to get to that point.
Absolutely. Well, do you have any parting words or thoughts for people who might be thinking about starting a company in Austin or thinking about moving to Austin, about being here in town and operating? You've mentioned, a few resources and great folks like Josh and others. But what else would you say before we go about being here in Austin?
So I've been in the Austin high-tech scene for 10 years now. And through the first .com boom, a lot of excitement here. We had Dr. Coop and Garden.com and a lot of things happening. But that was mostly VC driven. There was lots of money. Now it seems like it's very bootstrap oriented. It's 1, 2, 3-man companies. And I feel that energy again in Austin. There's lots of things happening. I didn't feel it 4 or 5 years ago, but now I feel it's really coming back, led by these small bootstrapping companies. And the way to get to be a part of that is just go to these groups, like Tech Ranch, Conjuncture, Austin on Rails, ATI, I suppose, and get out, Austin High Tech Happy Hour. You can get out and you meet other entrepreneurs, and that energy, you can feel that energy, and it really encourages you. Yeah, I want to start a company. So it's a great time to be in Austin. I'm really excited to be here.
Excellent. Well, thanks for your time. Good luck with Gelato Dating, and we appreciate you being with us today.
Thanks very much, Chris.